On DC News Now, tragedy in Minnesota just days into the new school year.
This was their first day of all school mass.
What we're learning about the shooter who fired into a chapel full of children, killing 2 and hurting many more.
So he was shot in front of my house trying to get in.
A DC family grieving the loss of the rescue dog, Waffles.
It was horrendous. It's, one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
How they're turning their pain into cause for change.
We're in for yet another chilly night ahead, but then we should bounce back into those low 80s for your Thursday. Latest details coming up.
The beat goes on in the district. We're live at the wharf for the start of Jazz Fest.
With a big new contract, Terry McLaurin joins his teammates at practice. What Scary Terry says about the mega deal and the Commander season.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 9, devastation felt all across the country. A gunman opening fire during a mass at a Catholic school out in Minneapolis. A vigil tonight honoring the victims as that community tries to heal. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. The shooter killing 2 children, hurting 14 other children, along with 3 adults.
It breaks my heart, makes me sick to my stomach, knowing that there's probably people I know that are either injured or maybe they were even killed. It doesn't make me feel safe at all at this community that I've been a part of for so long.
And you're hearing that former student now living still in that neighborhood, and she says she and her father heard the gunfire for a solid 3 to 4 minutes. All 17 people hurt. They are expected to survive.
And that shooting happened just days after the first day of school on Monday. 2 children that were killed were 8 and 10 years old. Police say they were killed while sitting in church pews at that school. The 14 kids injured range in age from 6 to 15, and the 3 adults hurt are parishioners in their 80s.
Sheer cruelty and cowardice of firing into a church full of children is absolutely incomprehensible.
Police say the 23-year-old shooter had a rifle, shotgun, and pistol, and he fired through the window of the church at those children inside and then took his own life. And this horrific attack following at least a dozen recent fake active shooter calls to area colleges all across the country, some featuring the sound of gunshots in the background. And we are going to continue to follow this tragedy in Minneapolis on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. There you can find the latest updates on the investigation and reaction from the community as we continue to hear more about the victims. Attorneys for Kilmar Abrego Garcia telling a federal judge that he wants to seek asylum in the U.S. This only adds to the Maryland father's already pretty complicated immigration case. He was denied an asylum claim back in 2019 for filing more than a year after arriving in the country. He's currently in ICE custody and will stay there until at least October, when the judge will issue the ruling on the legality of his deportation order. The Trump administration is looking to send Abrego Garcia to Uganda after he was previously deported to El Salvador and ultimately returned to the U.S. But Abrego Garcia's new request for asylum, it goes through the immigration court system, which is not part of the Department of Justice.
All new tonight, a heartbreaking discovery in the district. An owner finds a rescue dog, Waffles, shot and killed in their front yard in Northeast. That shooter still on the loose tonight.
DC News Now's Yamri Sase joining us live there in Northeast. And Yamri, such a horrible incident here. Do they have any idea who would want to hurt Waffles?
Yeah, right now at this time, no suspects in this investigation, but the owner of Waffle says they're taking it day by day. It's definitely been lonely the past few days. 3-year-old Waffle was someone that they loved very dearly. Now, we do know that Waffles was shot in front of their home, made their way to their favorite park right here by RFK Stadium. And although this is extremely heartbreaking, their owner does tell me that justice doesn't look like jail time. Instead, it looks like getting guns off the streets and pouring more into communities.
I just loved getting our morning snuggles and, just having a friend waiting for you there. It always felt good.
Now, those loving moments with Waffles are just memories for Sean Branchaw.
I'm just depressed some days, or I'm a little angry some days. I've got amazing community supporting me, but it's hard.
On August 4th, Branchaw left their pit bull Waffles on the back patio before going on a bike ride.
Somehow, Waffles got out, made his way to the front of the home, and was shot twice.
It was horrendous. It's, you know, one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
The pit bull still managed to walk to his favorite park just down the street.
I was asking around and ended up being directed to where the blood was, and then followed it to find him in the field.
Branshaw adopted Waffles 2 years ago. It was an instant connection. Now they're turning their pain into a call for change.
I've certainly been afraid of guns in general, but you know, frankly, more for myself than ever thinking it would happen to my dog.
For Branshaw, justice looks a little different. They don't want to see anyone behind bars, but instead,
I really just want the city to pay more attention and actually take acts that would help this community, not just sending in more police like they always do. I'd love to see the gun confiscated, frankly, and just not a threat to the people here.
Now, there is a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction. We're now reporting in Northeast. I'm Yalmer Sase, DC News Now.
Meanwhile, a D.C. grand jury will not indict the man accused of chucking a sandwich at a federal officer. Federal prosecutors failing to secure a felony indictment against Sean Dunn. He is the man the feds say is pictured here throwing a sub sandwich at a Customs and Border Protection agent just 2 days after the start of the president's crackdown on crime. Now, it's highly unusual for federal grand jurors to refuse to return an indictment.
Caught on camera in an intense standoff you can see right here in the district between families and federal officers, and those officers covering their face, carrying rifles here and holding some riot shields outside of this apartment complex just blocks away from an elementary school there in Mount Pleasant. Sergeant saying those officers were carrying out a planned arrest of a suspected drug dealer, and people were seen asking the officers about why they decided to pick drop-off time for schools to do this.
Why not do it at 6:30 a.m.? Why not do it at 10:30? Why do it precisely at school drop-off time and terrorize these children who are going to remember this for the rest of their life?
It's frightening. We're very upset, and we want them to go away.
The arrest happened near a bilingual public school, and families say that they started just escorting these students to their classrooms. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to get some advice from a therapist on how to talk to our children about these scenes that can be unsettling. And you can see our full continuing coverage of President Trump's takeover of D.C. police on our website. You'll find the many reactions to the president's crackdown, what families and businesses are experiencing, and a breakdown of the violent crime statistics that police say is at a 30-year low. Just go to DCNewsNow.com and click on the DC Takeover tab.
All right, let's get a first check on the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Lair. And Jackie, I mean, we couldn't have written it better than today's weather. I mean, it was just incredible.
It was really nice out there. Tomorrow, though, will be a little bit warmer than the day today. But I think a lot of people still like tomorrow, though, too. I mean, we still have the low humidity. We still have the sunshine out there tomorrow. Let's take a look at those current temperatures, though. Yes, it's cooling off pretty quickly, especially back out towards some of our westernmost areas. We're talking upper 50s already. In Culpeper at this point, Manassas, you're already at 59 degrees. But in D.C., still holding to the lower 70s. We'll eventually see those temperatures dropping back into those 60s not too long from now in the district. But high pressure down towards our south and west continuing to provide us with those mainly clear conditions, and that will persist into the day tomorrow. So overnight lows tonight, especially outside of D.C., falling back into those upper 40s, back out towards our westernmost areas, even back out towards Woodstock, Luray as well. Right around 50 in Frederick tomorrow morning, right around 60 to start off the day tomorrow morning as well for the district. Now for your Thursday, starting off mainly clear, but with more of a southwesterly wind tomorrow, that will allow those temperatures to be a little bit warmer than the day today. We'll likely see a few more of those lower 80s on the map as we get towards tomorrow afternoon, but still tracking the dry conditions. We'll have more details looking ahead towards the rest of that 7-day and that Labor Day holiday weekend forecast coming up.
Nice. That is the sound of the start of DC Jazz Fest in the district. Dozens of talented artists will be at several venues playing into the weekend.
Yeah, this is so cool. It's 5 days, full days of vibrant music all across the district. Our Ben Dennis joining us live now from the Hamilton downtown. And Ben, you know, DC's jazz roots, of course, run deep here. What can we expect, you know, the music? I know it's going to be some fantastic music out there.
That's right. The nightcap for night number one on, if you can believe it, 21 years of DC Jazz Festival. Yes, it's here at the Hamilton right now. I'm joined by President and CEO Sonny Sumter. Sonny, I know you're a singer in your own right. We just talked about the eclectic history of DC and jazz itself. Duke Ellington, obviously, he's a father around this place. But tell me what really sets DC Jazz apart from other cities in the country.
I think what set DC Jazz apart is that this is really one of the most important jazz hubs in the world. I mean, not only is there Duke Ellington, but there's also Shirley Horn. There's also Marvin Gaye. People don't know that he did jazz. And so really, this is a city where jazz thrives in all 8 wards of the city. And I couldn't be more thrilled to be able to bring this jazz festival right now to DC.
And I want to ask you about that in just a second, but take us through day number 2. We talked a little bit off camera. What can people get really excited for?
So first of all, you want to get your handkerchiefs and come down because we're about to do a second line at the Anthem Row, which is right across the street from Carnegie Library at 8th and K. We're going to do a parade where we're going to celebrate this jazz music with the Brassaholics from New Orleans. And then we're going to have 4 incredible bands all day long, free.
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 Listen, when we're tightening our budgets right now, we could use that. Lastly, before I let you go, you're a busy woman heading up the Jazz Festival. What do you hope people take away from this year's festival?
I think what's most important about jazz is that it brings people together. On the bandstand, in the audience, everywhere. People from all walks of life, we come together, we celebrate this great music. We celebrate DC. We are a premier cultural destination, just like Cherry Blossoms.
Amen.
Cherry Blossoms in April, Jazz Festival over Labor Day weekend. We want people to come on and get their jazz on.
You can rely on it every single year. Thank you. Sonny Sumter with the DC Jazz Fest. We're going to send it back to you guys. We got plenty more information on our website, though, at dcnewsnow.com. Chris, Susan?
And Ben, I just wanted to check in. Have you been listening? Is there music just flowing out into the streets? And are we talking about small venues like clubs, or are there big concert venues as well, or outside smaller venues?
Well, yeah, tonight alone, there were at least 8 events at 5 different venues. We talked about the Hamilton, but the Wharf is going to be a hub with, again, as Ms. Sumter had said, free events throughout the weekend. But yeah, this has not necessarily been a tough assignment for me today, being a jazz fan. So it's all well and good on the streets of Washington, guys. I can't complain.
Right.
Ben, getting your jazz on tonight. Love that.
All right, and he's helping us to stretch our dollar, too, because some free events out there. Thank you so much, Ben. More Stretch Your Dollar news now. The National Symphony Orchestra is hosting a free concert on the West Lawn of the Capitol building. It is Sunday night at 8. No tickets required, but seats, they are first come, first serve.
All right, all new tonight, a watchdog agency for Metro releasing a new safety audit of the public transit system. They identified 9 different issues with the system. That includes a shortage of rail traffic controllers or dispatchers with increasing turnover. Another finding, rail traffic controller consoles have been manipulated without WMATA even knowing about it. They also issued 3 recommendations to WMATA. They include changes to how Metro manages safety events and providing additional training to rail traffic controllers.
All right, we head to Northern Virginia now, and a major change for people who want to head into Fairfax County's school board meetings. You will now need to go through weapons detectors. The county posting the new policy on its website and says that this level of security is the same that students and staff have during a regular school day. And they're advising everyone, just be sure to arrive early enough so you have plenty of time to get through all of that security screening.
Yeah, they're pumped up, fired up here. DC Fire and EMS joining in a celebration at Anacostia High School. 9 students recognized today for getting into the University of DC. Congratulations.
Oh, good for them, and what a way to celebrate. All right, the Washington Commander is also celebrating. Star wide receiver Terry McLaurin has a new contract and also seen practicing for the first time.
Yeah, that $96 million deal certainly has a DMV buzzing. McLaurin was seen here on the practice field this afternoon. afternoon in Ashburn, Virginia. And then Scary Terry spoke to the media for the first time since signing that mega deal. He says he's thrilled to be back with the team, and this months-long ordeal now in the rearview mirror.
The way it ended was better than it started, so that's what it's all about. And there's a deal in place now that keeps me here that I'm extremely happy about. You know, the front office and the coaching staff is extremely happy about. My teammates are happy about. This fan base is happy about. So that's a win-win when you look at it.
And who also is happy? Jayden Daniels.
That's right, a win, a win, and a win. And coming up later in sports, Jake Grom will have more from head coach Dan Quinn and general manager Adam Peters. They both had plenty to say about the return of their star wide receiver.
All right, also ahead in DC News now, it's getting more and more expensive to make school lunch. We're helping you stretch your dollar with ways to cut out the fat.
Plus, making the grade in Virginia, the governor boasting about student test scores in math and reading.
And ahead at 9:30, DC police having big trouble attracting new officers. Why it's so hard to recruit cops.